All right, as this major foreign policy crisis unfolds overseas, GOP presidential candidates, they're all weighing in. Vivek Ramaswamy released his six-point plan to tackle the situation in Israel while taking shots at other candidates, specifically Nikki Haley. Now, Vivek is calling for intelligence and weapon sharing with Israel, the immediate appointment of an ambassador to Israel to end nuclear proliferation in the Middle East, the deportation of illegals here in the U.S. who have worked with Hamas, and much more. And Vivek Ramaswamy joins us now. I looked at your list, and the only disagreement I have is I don't really disagree on a lot of your points, but the intelligence sharing was unprecedented, and a coalition was formed when President Trump was in office, where it was the U.S., it was Israel, it was Egypt, it was Jordan, it was the Saudis, it was the Emirates, all standing united against Iranian hegemony in the region to prevent them from ever acquiring nuclear weapons. So we have had that before, Vivek.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sean, one of the things I've said is that while everybody else seems to say this is a question for later, I think this is a question for now. We need to understand what the heck went wrong with both U.S. and Israeli intelligence, as well as Israeli defense. Think about an airplane. When it crashes, the black box is not analyzed by the airliner who was responsible for the crash. We need independent answers to that question. But my number one focus, Sean, is on one hand, we have to support Israel in the decisions that Israel makes to defend itself. They have a right to national self-existence, and what happened there was wrong and barbaric and medieval by Hamas. On the other hand, I'm the only Republican saying this. This is our also moment to be cool-headed, not emotional, but rational in our response to make sure that we don't inadvertently enter a U.S.-involved broader regional conflict in the Middle East that does not advance American interests. And I believe we can do both of those things well. But part of the reason I have criticized other Republicans is that the emotional response, I think, is unhelpful, saying finish them, saying just do it. We need to be very specific about exactly what we're going to do. Cool-headedness in times of crisis is essential, and that's how I would lead as Commander-in-Chief.
If you look at this exponentially, and you look at the population of Israel and the population of the U.S., it would be the moral equivalent of 36,000 Americans killed on our soil in a single day. What would you want America's response to be? Because I could tell you what I really predict is going to happen. Yeah. Gaza is going to be annihilated, and they're going to end Hamas's reign in Gaza. That will be over. And I don't think there's going to be much for people to go back to there.
That is going to be Israel's decision to make, and we should support whatever decision they do make. I will tell you this, though, Sean. Now is the moment to remember we have made some of our own most disastrous decisions in the wake of tragedies, including after 9/11. Look at $3 trillion wasted in Iraq and Afghanistan. Thousands upon thousands of American lives sacrificed. To what end? The Taliban still in charge in Afghanistan 20 years later. A hostile anti-American regime in Iraq, vulnerable to Iranian incursion in Iraq today. So if I'm talking to Bibi, if I'm the President of the United States, I'm going to offer him both compassion, sympathy, support, but also our learnings to say, we've made mistakes in the United States in response to tragedy. We will share those lessons with you. Cool-headedness is important.
Should they offer bunker buster bombs to take out nuclear sites in Iran? Yes or no? I got to go.
I think the U.S. should offer Israel limited munitions to be able to defend itself against Hamas and the attacks. I think we should be very careful not to escalate into a broader regional war in the Middle East. Well, Sean, there's a lot of circumstances that are still changing, but the principle for me is no broader regional war while still supporting Israel's defense.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.